We've been working with the community for multiple years now to look at a design that can really meet the needs of play, and not just physical play, but social and cognitive and emotional play. And we really feel that throughout the years we were able to develop a design that you see before you here today that does that. I had the opportunity to work with the community through community consultations, and that was an incredible experience in the fact that we were able to work with our consultants for the project as well as the community to ensure that all the needs were met.
Accessible, I always say, is going to meet a minimum standard that we might have from any number of level of governments. So someone who might use a wheelchair might have a barrier through a regular door. They make the door a little bit wider. Whereas with an inclusive park, you're trying to say it's 100% accessible, but then it's also bringing everybody, so everybody who comes here feels included and can participate in play. Most of the implements that were selected here weren't available anywhere else in the city of Swift Current. So our We Go Round, which most people would say would be a merry-go-round, our We Go Swing, which is very unique to, I think, the province of Saskatchewan. It was the first one installed in Western Canada, and it gives a child in a wheelchair the ability to experience a swinging motion without any restrictions. Our accessible slide, which has a transfer station on it, so when you get down to the bottom, the child can push themselves off to the side, and then if they need a wheelchair, then they can wait at the bottom and someone brings a wheelchair down for them. The Sway Fun, which goes, side to side, and you can move a wheelchair onto that. The Oodle Swing, which yet again you can get multiple kids on it. Friendship Swing, which is designed for 2 people at once. Auditory and sensory implements that are there for children that might not be very verbal, but they like to hear the sounds of the musical when the bells go off. And then the double wide ramps, which are very key for having an inclusive playground because it gives the ability for multiple kids to get up and down the ramps at the same time. So if your children face a barrier in life, this playground was designed to make sure those barriers don't exist here.
We were very fortunate to have a great group of consultants with us through Playgrounds Are Us, and they brought in a specific team that is designed to build inclusive playgrounds. And they worked with us to take the feedback from our community consultation and develop the park that you see before you today. Some of the features that we're extremely proud of that came out of that community consultation include our washrooms. We have one of the first adult change tables in Swift Current and Southwest Saskatchewan. In addition, we really looked at our swing set structures to ensure that there was a variety of different types. Swift Current was very fortunate to receive funding through a variety of different parties. We were successful recipients of the Western Canada Economic Diversification Grant through Prairie's Canned Community Revitalization Fund in the amount of $750,000. We also had great community support and sponsorship through the Plewis Automotive group, and that is why they are our title sponsor. We also had some local community donations, anonymous, as well as the Plewis family in memory of one of their loved ones. So we're very fortunate to receive the funding. Without that funding, it would have been a much smaller scale and not be able to meet all the needs that the community had wanted.
We decided to be involved in this project in particular just because it meets our mandate of giving back to the community. Our slogan as a group is better together, and this is just a great example of a way that we are truly better together when business supports a community and a community supports a business. I've got 3 daughters, and we visit parks in and around Swift Current all the time. There's occasions as a parent where you look around and you can see that maybe some kids aren't able to participate as fully as your own kids are in events, and that's a heartbreaking thing to see when you know that there's kids in the community who can't do something as simple as play with their peers. So, this is just a great project that helps to elevate the experience for everybody in the community, regardless of what their abilities are or their station in life. There's just so many great parts of this park that make it truly inclusive.
When we were doing our community consultation, we were going through the design, and one of our features, our We Go Round, wasn't initially in the design.
During that consultation, there was some community members who who have brought up some really great ideas for different ways that we can make the park just a little bit more inclusive, a little bit more accessible. And some of those items weren't budgeted for originally, so we were able to come to the table and help to make sure that all of those elements could be included.
We were so very grateful. We worked with them on a naming rights agreement for the park, and I think the very first night of our grand opening, when we saw that the We Go Round was in use for 3 hours straight, we knew it was the right decision.
Continues to surprise me how much we've taken it for granted that you can just come out and enjoy a facility when you see everybody being able to enjoy it the same way that maybe we've taken it for granted for a number of years. It really makes an impact on a person, and you truly appreciate the value of being able to bring something like this into a community. So we're very proud to be associated with this park, but more than that, we're just really glad that we can be able to make an impact in the community.
Initially, the very first time we came, I had tears in my eyes because I saw my kids playing with some of their friends that they weren't able to go to a traditional park with. The fact that they were able to swing together, that they were able to go on the We Go Round together, and that there was no limitations and no one sitting off to the side not being able to participate. That was truly remarkable, and it was so rewarding, and I think it's something that Swift Current and the entire Southwest community can be proud of.
This is something in terms of like when you get into the parks field, this is why you get into it. The compliments are payback from the members of the public, parents, caregivers, children, and just watching them play on the structure itself and interact with each other. It's the reason we built it, and it's a legacy that I'm very proud to have been part of. Come on down to the Plewis Automotive Group, Inclusive Playground at 440 Central Avenue South in Swift Current. A lot of great implements here that all the kids and families will enjoy together.
If you have program ideas you'd like to see on MaxTV Local, let us know at SaskTel.com/local.